Hi fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps. Thanks for tuning in. I thought I would start making more of my vlogs. I haven't done one in a while. And you know, I like to get opinionated and stuff, but it just doesn't translate the way that I want it to in my articles. So I thought I would talk about a couple of things. One of the things I wanted to talk about was Floyd Mayweather and Canelo fighting. I think what a lot of people don't understand, and these could either be just people who choose to like Floyd or choose to like Canelo, but when you really break it down, making that fight happen isn't as easy as signing on the dotted line and saying, hey, let's do this. I think what a lot of people don't understand is Canelo is significantly larger. We're talking about 17 to 20 pounds heavier naturally than Mayweather is. So even if we have a catch weight, which we won't, Floyd will be at 147, I can assure you that. Floyd doesn't budge for anyone. If Canelo wants the opportunity, he's going to have to go down. Now we know that Canelo can't really drain down too much because then he loses all of his power. So we're really at this crossroad of, well, even if Floyd goes up in weight, and here's let me explain, because I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, Floyd really wants to prove himself, then he'll go up in weight. Number one, Floyd doesn't have to prove anything to anybody at this point. And if you're still saying that even now, then you're just a hater, bottom line. But number two is, if you, let's just say, for example, they met at catch weight, let's say 151 pounds, right? Naturally, when they rehydrate, Canelo's going to go up to close to 170 pounds. Floyd rehydrates naturally to like mid 150s. You're still talking about a 15 plus pound difference. Why the hell would he want to go and put himself in the ring with somebody who's going to rehydrate back to damn near almost 20 pounds heavier than himself? That's stupid. He would never do that. So the only way this would work is if there's some sort of contract that Canelo can't go up too many pounds in weight, and if so, he'll be fined or something. But think about it just a little bit. It just doesn't make any sense for Floyd Mayweather to put himself in that position. No one will put themselves in that position. Now, Canelo has a hell of a lot more to prove than Mayweather. So you're not going to see Mayweather trying to prove himself to anybody. I mean, again, going back to him proving something, you're full of crap if you think that he has to continue to prove himself. I mean, you can say what you want about the guy, but he's a Rubik's Cube. You can't figure him out. He's amazing at defense, and boxing is, I mean, well, if you don't hit the guy, then you don't win. And all of his opponents can't land enough hits on him to win. So therefore, that's that. Another topic that's been coming up is Floyd Mayweather fighting Amir Khan. Now, I know a lot of you get really confused with that because Amir Khan, I mean, there are tons of other guys before him that we'd like to see Floyd fight. And yes, I agree. But I think the reason why that one's coming up is because it's all about money and, again, boxing politics. You know, Amir pulls a lot of numbers overseas. He does very, very well considering. I mean, he's internationally known. He's not just famous in, you know, the UK or anything. He has a very large following, which could explain why all of his fans call themselves the Khan Army. He literally does have an army of followers. So he's very much similar to what Mayweather would be considered to us here. And although I wouldn't say he's, you know, on that level boxing-wise, but I definitely don't think that it should happen anytime soon, but I think we're going to see it happen within the next 2 fights. What made that obvious for me was when the WBC rated him number 2 at 147. However, that was just removed a couple of days ago, and now he's rated number 1 at 140, so it makes you question what's going on. From what I understand, he is moving up in weight, and he's calling out Devin Alexander. I actually had an opportunity to speak to Devin Alexander today, and Devin and Kevin Cunningham, who's his trainer, said if Khan wants it, he can have it. You know, he firmly believes that it would be a big mistake on Khan's part to try to challenge him, but when asked, you know, who he'd like to fight next, he said Khan, you know, like as if it was going to be a simple fight for him. So let's see how that works out. But there will be some other topics eventually that come up that I like to discuss, but I just wanted to kind of explain that. You know, also Manny Pacquiao fighting Floyd Mayweather. You know, I don't know how much more clear I have to explain this. So if you still don't understand after I say this and you still ask why they aren't fighting, I'm not even going to bother with you anymore. But Floyd Mayweather divorced HBO, and HBO divorced Golden Boy, who co-promotes him. Then you have Manny Pacquiao, who just re-signed with Top Rank, and they only work with HBO. So if you put the two together, there's absolutely no way in hell that the two can meet. Now, for a lot of you that don't know this, and of course, you know, I guess there's things I can't really say, but it really wasn't too much up to Floyd or Manny at this point why a deal hasn't been made or hadn't been made. And that's all I can say about that. So you can take what you want from that, but honestly, they both wanted to fight each other. There was no reason why Pacquiao would turn down $20 million when he took $7 million with, you know, who was it, Marquez before that. And, you know, there's just so many different ways you can kind of dissect this whole topic. But at the end of the day, it's politics. And if one camp isn't agreeing to the other camp's demands, then what can you do, you know? But that fight's never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. So, and we definitely don't want to see it happen when they're, you know, creeping up to 40 years old. I mean, at that point, then we're going to, you know, roll your eyes. And then, of course, if one loses, the other one's going to blame, of course, they're going to blame it on age. So it's just stupid. So let's just forget that one. That one will go down in history as the fight that never happened. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, tune into, you know, my blog on my website. It's behindthegloves.com, as well as interviews. And I'm traveling everywhere, guys. I've been, you know, Vegas, San Antonio, New York. Now I'm in New Jersey, Vegas again. I'm all over the place. I'm covering everything that I can. So stay tuned. Go to behindthegloves.com and follow us on Twitter at behindthegloves, as well as on Facebook, facebook.com/behindthegloves for all the updates. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Have a great one.